The growing and excessive globalization is pushing the need to learn a second language to its limits. But which language should you learn? Various factors such as financial indicators of emerging economies, trends in favorite vacation destinations, the opening of new markets and migration will be decisive in determining which languages will have the most speakers in the next quarter century. Below, we present the languages that will most likely dominate the world in the year 2050. According to the publication by the North American organization Ethnologue, which provides statistics and information about the world's languages, there are currently 7,168 languages considered to be living, although more than 40% are critically endangered. However, only a handful of these languages dominate the world today. According to information published by various studies and statistical prediction models, in the next quarter century, Japanese will be in the 8th position among the most influential languages in the world. It is estimated that by the year 2050, there will be a little over 133 million native Japanese speakers, and Japan will still be in the top 10 of the world's largest economies. Therefore, learning Japanese could be key to the integration of Asian economies, not to mention the tourism development offered by the Japanese country, since it is the third most visited country in Asia, and this trend doesn't seem likely to decrease over time. In 7th place will be Arabic. It's not surprising to find Arabic among the key languages of the future. It is estimated that currently around 360 million people speak this language in any of its variants, and this number will increase by 50 million more people by the year 2050, which makes it one of the fastest growing languages in the world. Modern Standard Arabic is the official language of 22 countries, mainly distributed in North Africa and the Middle East. And speaking of the Middle East, the economy of this region has increased by 120% in the last 5 years, which will make learning Arabic extremely important for doing business on a global scale. Climbing to 6th place on our list is Hindi. Without a doubt, India will be the most populous country in the world by the year 2050, and possibly the second largest economy on the planet in terms of gross domestic product. And if you want to do business in this country, you'll need to learn Hindi or any of its dialects or variants, which is considered the most spoken language in this Asian subcontinent, with nearly 400 million speakers. But this number could reach up to 600 million by the middle of the 21st century, which will mean that half of the Indian population will speak this language in a country that has 22 official languages and more than 400 regional languages. Portuguese will make its way up to the 5th position, and it's no wonder. It is predicted that Brazil's economy will be ranked 5th by the year 2050, making this country an economic powerhouse in the region. At the same time, it will further establish itself as a tourist destination of immense proportions. In addition, Portuguese is the fastest growing European language, achieving a 297% growth from 1921 to 2021, going from 65 million to 257 million Portuguese speakers. And it is estimated that it will reach 320 million people in the next 3 decades. So the importance of Portuguese, especially in the Americas, will be extremely relevant. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell to get notified about new videos. In fourth place comes French. This language is present on almost every continent, directly or indirectly. Currently, it is estimated that there are 80 million people who have French as their native language, and along with those who speak it as a second language. This number rises to 280 million. The most optimistic predictions state that by 2050, the world will reach 700 million French speakers, including those who speak it as a first and second language. An overwhelming figure, considering that the biggest boom is expected to happen in the emerging countries of Africa, providing multiple economic opportunities and perhaps opening new markets for the second half of the 21st century. Climbing onto the podium, Spanish will take third place, thanks to its continued growth across 21 countries on 3 continents, which currently makes it the second most spoken native language in the world, with 480 million people and another 75 million who speak it as a second language. Spanish will have its place secured as a language of influence in the future, with a figure of 680 million Spanish speakers of all kinds by the year 2050. To this, we must add that Spanish is the second most important language in the United States. By the middle of this century, it will be the second country with the most native Spanish speakers, only behind Mexico. All of this is in addition to the growing mass tourism that is being promoted in countries like Spain, Mexico, Peru, Colombia, and Argentina. This will make Spanish a very attractive language, not only for doing business, but also for choosing countless quality tourist destinations. In second place, without a doubt, is English. Currently, 380 million people speak English as their native language. But if we take into account all the people who have some proficiency in this language, the number rises dramatically to more than 1,400,000,000 people around the world. English has established itself in the last century as a true lingua franca, both for business and tourism, in practically every corner of the planet. This trend will not decrease in the coming decades, so the convenience of learning English is more than obvious. Finally, and in first place, is Mandarin Chinese. And we're not saying this just because of the number of people who speak it as their first language. Currently, that's 929 million people, plus another 200 million who speak it as a second language, but also because of its great importance on a global economic scale. Projections indicate that China will likely have the largest economy on the planet by the second half of the 21st century. This will make learning Chinese key for the internationalization of markets and the growth of large multinational companies. In addition to the tourism boom that China is experiencing after the border closures caused by the COVID pandemic. 19. Making the world once again turn its eyes to this country. Asian country. And that's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to this channel. I invite you to also turn on the notification bell so you'll know when there's a new video.